Embrace your flaws. It's okay. The fire of Rise Live and the weather has spoiled me.
Welcome to the Hopefulist, a daily talk show hosted by veteran broadcaster Wendy McClure. Join Wendy each day as she shares her life lessons that transformed her from perpetual pessimist to the ultimate hopefulist. The perfect morning show to get you caught up on the day's top stories while sharing insights that will lead to positive transformation and bring out the hopefulist in you. For more inspiration, visit hopefulist.com. And now, here's your host and hopefulist, Wendy McClure.
Hello and welcome to a brand new week. It is Monday, May 4th. May the 4th be with you, 2020. Day 232 of Gotta Get on Ellen. So the Star Wars fans know what I'm talking about. May the 4th be with you. May the Force be with you. May the 4th be with you. You get it? It's all these May things. It's gotta be May. And May the 4th be with you. And tomorrow, Cinco de Mayo. I don't know what that means in your world. It means nothing here. But I know people do love Cinco de Mayo. Another little event that passed over the weekend that, honestly, I wasn't even sure it was the right weekend. I did ask Joe at one point. I was like, would this be Kentucky Derby weekend? Turns out it would have been Kentucky Derby weekend. So my neighbors decided to celebrate with a mint julep. They said, would you like a mint julep? You said, you bet your darn butt I want a mint julep. Have you ever had a mint julep? Okay, do yourself a favor and get you one. I have to tell you, my neighbor made the perfect mint julep. It was delicious. It looked pretty. He crushed the ice and everything. It was so good. I told him that I had bought a mint julep. I had gotten a mint julep when we did tea at the Plaza in New York. And, they had the crushed ice and it was all mounded up around the glass. And his looked almost as good. Plaza worthy. It was delicious. So we celebrated a little bit. I almost went in and dug out my Kentucky Derby hats, but I was too lazy because we were sitting out front soaking in some sun. We had some amazing weather this weekend. Saturday, so spoiling to me because not only was it sunny, but it was warm. I complained many times that it's so iffy at the shore this time of year because if the wind direction is coming from the east, doesn't matter if it's 80 degrees out there, it's going to feel like it's 60 because that wind and that breeze is just so cool. But we had a little bit of a breeze, but it was warm. In fact, I was sweating. In fact, I kind of changed throughout the day with different layers. I first went outside and I had a sweatshirt on and a pair of jeans. And I was out there maybe, I'm going to say a half hour to an hour. I came in. I now have a nice pair of tan boots. And what I mean by that is, they look ridiculous, is the fact that I was sitting outside with my feet up on the chair caused the portion of my ankle to my feet that were exposed. And I had put sunscreen on them because I knew I was going to be sitting out there. But what a drastic change in color in that half hour to hour period I was out there. I literally look like I have boots on now. Oh, I hope it evens out at some point because it just looks so silly. Maybe I'll take a picture. Maybe I won't. I don't know. It looks ridiculous, though. But as I was sitting outside in my jeans and my sweatshirt, I'm like, it's kind of warm out here. Went back in, put on a T-shirt, came back out, sat down again. I said, you know what? I think I might be able to get away with shorts. Went back in. That's when I noticed the tan boots. And, or the boot tan, I guess we should say. And switched into a pair of shorts, went back outside. I thought, you know what? I think I can get away with a bathing suit top. Went back, put my bathing suit top on. It was great. Loved it. Loved it. Then yesterday was a little disappointing with the weather. We got up, it was raining. It was cloudy most of the day. And about 4 o'clock, the sun came out. So at least we got a little bit of it. I have to talk about my neighbors a little bit more, though. We have, they have really made quarantine so much better for us. We're kind of like tag teaming. We supply each other with needed items. We give each other special treats that we're getting for ourselves. For example, our neighbor is a nurse, so she has a little bit more access to certain medical things. So I was mentioning that we couldn't find gloves. She gave us a bag of gloves that we can wear to the store, which is great. She has been doing some work from home. She's been asking me to print out some stuff for her for work purposes. That's fine. I do that for her. Her husband made some crab bisque. Well, not bisque. Crab, just crab soup, like Maryland crab soup. Gave us a bowl of that. He made split pea last week. Not my thing. Joe loves it. What else? I had a delivery of bagels the one day. They said that they were very much asking him, but what time do they open? What, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you know what? I'll just give you bagels. Here, take two bagels for tomorrow morning. Gave them bagels. They got a pie last week. Gave us a piece of pie. We got an ice cream pie yesterday. Oh my gosh! Yesterday was just a delight for my taste buds. I got to tell you. I have not forgotten that it's Grateful Monday. So far, I've talked about nothing except the stuff that I am grateful for, and I haven't even gotten into the Rise Live conference yet. But yesterday, we decided to take a car ride to the local Wendy's and order through the drive-thru. I'm not really sure if I've had this before, but I've heard that Wendy's has a pretty mean spicy chicken sandwich. So I thought, let me try the spicy chicken sandwich. Oh my gosh. It was one of the best things I've ever tasted. And I said that a lot about this weekend. I had at least 3 things that I claim were one of the best things I ever tasted. And I stand by all of those comments. That Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich, yum. Chicken, juicy and tender, crispy outside and its spiciness. It was amazing. I do not like Wendy's fries. Not a fan of the fries. So I typically, when I do fast food, go to McDonald's, love a Quarter Pounder with cheese, love their fries, love everything about McDonald's. But Joe wanted to hit Wendy's. He prefers Wendy's. I said, okay, we'll do Wendy's this time. And boy, oh boy, am I glad that I did. Not sure I enjoyed it more than I would have enjoyed a Quarter Pounder with cheese because, those are pretty darn good. But it was very yummy. So then we decided to go down to this ice cream place that's pretty popular around here. And they had these make-your-own sundae kits. And that's kind of what I was thinking. I'm like, well, I'll get some make-your-own sundae kits. But it didn't really include the things that I wanted. But I know that they have these ice cream pies that they're famous for. And we got one called the Nutty Buddy. Vanilla soft serve ice cream in a crust with Butterfingers, Reese's Pieces, and I think chunks of peanut butter cups on top. And then there was a layer of fudge and peanut butter in the middle and a little bit more on the top. Joe said it was hard to eat. It was hard to eat because it was enormous. The pieces, so tall, really tall. So good. Oh my gosh. So we shared that with the neighbors. I'm like, desserts on us tonight. We got ice cream pie. It's delicious. My neighbor did text me after I took some over for them. She's like, oh my God, this is delicious. I'm like, I know. It's so good. So we'll get to Grateful Monday now. If you're not familiar with Grateful Monday, it's a day that I go over my own gratitude journal, pick a couple of things out for you to show how easy it is, how simple it can be, and it's not nearly as time-consuming as you think it will be. Here are some of the things that I have been grateful for in the past week. I was outside when my friend Lori went by while she was walking the dog. So she came into the driveway at a socially distanced space. And I chatted with her for a while. So that was nice. It was a little bit of normalcy. I got a call from my friend Dana, which was cool. I ventured out myself. I took a risk. I went to Target. That's right. I talked about it. It was so much fun. Just like going to Wendy's yesterday. Going to the drive-thru, sitting in the car, driving on the road, going to the drive-thru, and then going to the ice cream place. It was like the best thing I've done in 2 months. It was so fun. Yeah, our standards have definitely lowered. Then, of course, over the weekend, very grateful for my Rise Live conference. Oh, my gosh, the fire. The fire. And then I had put up a post, and hopefully you saw it on my Hopefulist page, talking about everything that I got from Rise Live, thanking Rachel for doing what she does. And I had also shared that post on my Instagram account. And not only did Rachel Hollis like my post, but she commented on it with the rise, you know, the hands in the air emoji. I got 3 of them. We're going to be besties. I'm telling you, someday we will be besties. I doubt it, but, a girl can dream. It's a very exciting thing if you're a fan. I have to admit that before the conference started, I got into a group chat with a bunch of us that have been to past conferences, and I said, I do have to admit I feel a little bit like a cult member. And the one girl was like, yeah, I know what you mean. She's like, I've never been a fan like this of anybody my whole life. It's weird. It is weird. But once you start, you find somebody that starts making you feel better about your life and pushes you to do what you want to do, you become a fan and you want more of their knowledge and their wisdom and their fire. And Rise Live had it all. Like I said, the only downfall was that it was such an amazingly beautiful day here. So I carried my laptop around with me, and there was some connection issues. Part of it probably on my part, a lot of it on their part. I don't think that they've ever done, well, I know they've never done anything like this before, so there was a lot of skipping around, and it would all of a sudden I'd be watching it, and all of a sudden it would go back 5 minutes and just go back 5 minutes. I'd have to watch the 5 minutes over again. I have access to it for another 6 days, I guess 5 days, because I really didn't even try to look at it yesterday. I just kind of chilling out, and I had work to do. I had to do some real work. So I'm going to go back and try and see some of the things that I missed, because I saw the majority of it, but there are definitely some parts that I missed. And then there's some parts that I want to go over again as well. So, I know most of you didn't join in with me. And, I'm sorry for you, because you missed all the fire, all the knowledge, all the inspiration. And it was really, really good. For today's topic, I wanted to talk about reopening. It's one of those things where people have very, very strong opinions about whether we should be reopening or whether we should stay closed for a while longer. So, like I said, I got a lot of comments, and a lot of people are very passionate about their side. Now, a couple of posts that I wanted to hit, or let me just move this and do this. Okay, here we go. Roxanne says, I think it's too soon. The last 2 days didn't seem to matter what was supposed to be done. People did whatever they wanted to do. She said, I had to go to the store. I drove by numerous places where I saw people gathering in groups. 2 parties I saw had no masks, no distancing. Stores were crowded. Social distancing did not seem to be a concern. Saw lines at 2 different ice cream places, also no distancing. After 50 days of quarantine, you'd think that people would get it. I just pray it doesn't cause any new outbreaks. Yeah, we, live in the shore area, and, people were coming down this weekend. There is no doubt about that. And it's going to get, busier and busier. this past Saturday looked almost like July 4th weekend with the boats that were going by. There was